And then the third proclamation today will be presented by Councilmember Thomas, and but Councilmember Robinson, I think, is going to be stepping in on her behalf to present a proclamation to Marla Lopez of Familia Vota for their 2020 census effort. So let me recognize Councilmember Robinson on behalf of Councilmember Tiffany Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor. And yes, indeed, colleagues, our Councilmember Thomas is out in the District F, and Keegan's Bayou in particular is near its banks and overflowing in certain locations. So like many of us, she's been out this morning trying to help her constituents and has not made it back in time. So she's asked actually for either me or Councilmember Gallegos to speak this morning. I think I got to respond first, but it is a cause that I know many of us feel very strongly about. And Mr. Lopez being here today, we'd like to welcome you to City Council on behalf of Mi Familia Vota. And Mayor, if it's okay with you, I will now read from the proclamation prepared for today's celebration. Whereas the City of Houston partakes in the civil processes designated for the common welfare and prosperity of the collective community, Mi Familia Vota Education Fund, a national nonprofit with operations in Houston, has demonstrated dedication to ensure Hispanic communities are not only active participants, but empowered leaders to participate in civic life and processes. Whereas Mi Familia Vota has responded to the challenges that prevent underserved Hispanic and allied communities from access to democracy past, present, and future, young and willing participants from the Mi Familia Vota organization have responded to the call to action. Young leaders such as the MFV cohort of census champions mobilized and engaged community members within District F to respond to their census, trailblazing relationships and spreading knowledge necessary to instill cultures of democratic participation and community advocacy. Whereas while unprecedented circumstances have exacerbated access to fair and just democracy, Mi Familia Vota has invigorated partnership strategy and creativity through digital and virtual means of community organizing for the 2020 census. Whereas from September 3rd, 2020 to September 22nd, 2020, we encourage community members and entities to seek out opportunities to engage and support Mi Familia Vota's work and do so in celebration of the remarkable work that we can achieve only together. The City of Houston appreciates and thanks Mi Familia Vota for their outstanding work and encourage Houstonians to join in thanking them for their continued service.
Thank you. And so therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim September 3rd, 2020 to September 22nd, 2020 as Mi Familia Vota Day in the City of Houston. Congratulations for all that you all have done and continue to do. And I can't thank you enough for the work that you all are making as it relates to the census. Quite frankly, on so many different fronts, advocacy for so many people who, quite frankly, in the absence, would not be getting what they need to represent their vital interests. And so let me acknowledge Marla Lopez of Mi Familia Vota, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor Turner. And thank you, Mr. Robinson, I believe was your name, for filling in for Councilmember Thomas. This is a great honor, and I receive it on behalf of many young and very enthusiastic leaders within our community. We call them census champions because it was through their creativity, their dedication, them making calls, weeks and weeks, that made this possible. And we'd also like to thank our coalition partners, our folks at Houston in Action, who have supported this throughout with amazing work that they've done, as well as the AFL, and of course Tiffany Thomas's office, who have also supported our work and helped us, reach as many people as possible to make sure they're counted. Lastly, I would like to say, today is the beginning of fall, but we are less than 10 days away from the close of the 2020 census. The self-response deadline is September 30th. It is a Wednesday. So please, if you haven't completed your census, and if you're a resident of the U.S. and Harris County, please complete your census at my2020census.gov. And lastly, of course, it is also National Voter Registration Day. So if anybody does need to register, please call our hotline. Our number is 833-868-2667. Thank you, Mayor Turner, and again, Councilmember Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Ms. Lopez. And let me recognize Councilmember Gallegos.
Thank you, Mayor. I too want to congratulate Marla Lopez and Mi Familia Vota for everything that they do out in the community regarding census awareness and trying to make sure that people take the 10 minutes to fill out those 10 questions, which are very important. And also to Mi Familia Vota for everything they do out in the community in regards to registering people to vote. So again, thank you so much for everything you do, Marla, and to everyone involved with Mi Familia Vota.
Thank you. And again, I also want to emphasize just the importance of the census, the last day being on September the 30th. And it's just critical that people respond. Councilmember Cisneros.
Thank you, Mayor. And Marla, thank you. I appreciate you mentioning that today was National Voter Registration Day. We had some events that weren't able to happen because of the weather. And I just wanted to announce that in Denver Harbor, at the Multi-Service Center, and at Moody Park, on this coming Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., the League of Women Voters will be registering people. So just wanted to get that out there. It's still time to do that. Thank you so much for bringing that up too.
Thank you. Any closing comments, Ms. Lopez?
Mayor,
Yes.
If I could, before Ms. Lopez, before you speak, I'd love, por favor, si puedes decirlo en español, un poquito, un mensaje por la gente hispana, y otra vez que gracias por todo, que sea todo bendigo, ¿ok? A usted y a la comunidad hispana y los Census Champions. Es muy importante. ¿Puede comunicarlo un poquito más?
Sí, muchas gracias, Councilmember Robinson. Como les dije, yo soy parte de Mi Familia Vota y estamos recibiendo esto por los esfuerzos de jóvenes y líderes de la comunidad. Nosotros le decimos los campeones del censo. Ellos pasaron muchos meses y semanas haciendo llamadas, haciendo videos en internet y lo que sea para sacar la cuenta de nuestras comunidades. Y por supuesto es muy importante que todos seamos contados. De nuevo les quiero recordar que el último día para responder al censo, para ser contado para los siguientes 10 años, es el 30 de septiembre, el último día de este mes, que viene siendo miércoles. Por favor, si están viendo esto, llenen al censo o recuérdale a un amigo o familiar que pueden llenarlo visitando al sitio de internet my2020census.gov. Eso es my2020censvs.gov. Y también les quería recordar que hoy es el Día Nacional para registrarse para votar. Nosotros en Mi Familia Vota tenemos un número que pueden llamar si tienen preguntas sobre cómo registrarse. Si están registrados, puede llamar al 833, ¿dónde está? 868-2667. Ese número lo estamos contestando si tienen alguna pregunta. Again, lastly, I just reminded folks that today is National Voter Registration Day, and we have a hotline running with Univision. The phone number is 833-868-2667. Thank you all so much again for this time. I really appreciate it.
And again, Marla Lopez, thank you so very much for the work that you and Mi Familia Vota is doing. Very much appreciated. Okay, so thank you. Again, I want to thank Councilmember Tiffany Thomas and Councilmember Robertson for presenting, acknowledging this organization.